All right, hey everybody, welcome to a new episode of Quick Fix with Chad. Today we're going to be building a lemonade stand. This is for my son Beckett, who is going to participate, and my son Gunnar, who is going to help out. Beckett has decided he wants to purchase his own bike this summer, so one of his ideas for extra money was a lemonade stand. Now this design here is something I'm rinse and repeating, so I found it on YouTube. And I like the design so much, I'm going to reuse it, but modify it slightly. So these are just regular wood crates. We got 4 of them, and they are going to alternate as far as facing in and out. So the great thing about this is when you're standing in front and you're selling your lemonade, you have places for your product and material. And on the other side, you'll have places to put some decorative elements to the stand to personalize it. In addition to this, we're going to sandwich this between 2 3/4 inch pieces of plywood. So we'll have a place for, obviously, for setting things and displaying things. And then the base is going to add additional support, which will have a couple wheels to help move it around. And again, to make it more solid and stabilized so that we can transport that. So the first thing we're going to do is, we have 2 tones here. Beckett decided to go with, so we've got glitter red and orange. So you can paint these however you want. You can roll it on or whatever, but we're going to spray paint it because spray painting is much funner. So, isn't that right?
Yes.
All right. So Gunnar's gonna he's gonna paint the orange. Beckett's gonna choose the red, and we're gonna paint it first, and then we're gonna put these together. All right, here we go. All right, everybody. Hey, we got all the painting done. We are ready to attach the crates together to create our main frame for the lemonade stand. Just a quick note, we had got what is called a glitter paint. It's actually a finish, a glitter finish, so it's not really something as a base coat. So we went back to our standard red, and that's just kind of what we stuck with on that. So just a little note there, if you're planning on thinking it's paint with glitter in it, it's actually just a glitter. So anyways, we're going to use construction adhesive to mount these together, and then we'll suck these other 2 sides in with screws, and I will go into detail with that on the video. Thank you. All right, hey everybody, while we let the construction adhesive dry for the crates, we are going to start the top and bottom half of the lemonade stand. They're going to be capped with 3/4 inch plywood. Now, if you don't like to manhandle a huge sheet of plywood, typically the big box stores will sell a smaller sheet that is much easily managed. This is a 2x4. We're still going to have to cut it down, but it'll be much easier to handle than a huge sheet 3x5 piece. So we're going to start that. Once we get it cut down, we're going to use just a basic orbital sander. We're going to kind of sand down the edges and kind of put a little bit of a bull nose on the edges just to kind of clean it up. So talk to you soon.
All right, so we have got the majority of the lemonade stand put together. Now we got to move on to the header. So you got to advertise, right? I want to create something that's going to be easy to disassemble and put back together because it will be transported to and from Mom's house. So I got a 1-inch PVC here. This is going to be the main side posts that will attach to our 1x6 header. I'm going to cut the width or the length of this slightly larger than the width of the total lemonade stand. I don't want this to be too top heavy, so it's also going to sit maybe 6 inches above his total height. Again, that's just going to make it easier to transport and make it so it's just not so top heavy. It's not going to have that chance to tip over. Anyway, so here we go. All right, so the 1-inch PVC tube that we're going to use to stabilize the header, I cut 5 feet. That's going to accommodate everything I'll need. This is going to kind of go down the center. I'm going to have these what you call is the tube straps that are going to hold this in. I'm going to have two, one at the bottom and one at the top, and this is basically going to slide in through the side here on either side. But I have a 1-inch overhang, so I'm going to have to notch this part of the on either side of the top out, so this can slide straight down, like so. And we'll go from there. Okay, so hey, I've got the one side of the tube straps in. This allows for the tube to come in and out. Now I had to modify it a little bit because if you sink this in real tight against the tube here, it won't slide in and out very good. So what I did was I just got a few some washers, and those went in behind the tube strap, and then I sucked it in real tight, and that works efficiently, so this can slide in and out. So keep that in mind when you're doing this, if this is the design you're going to go with, to get some washers as well. One other thing is, when I measured this, I didn't measure it to drop all the way down to the bottom here, so it actually needs to come up a little bit, like so. But there's nothing there to stop it. So I'm just simply going to add a screw here so when it does drop, it stops. You could add a little wooden block or whatever else, but I'm going to try this first to see how well that works, and we'll go from there. And there you go. So that works pretty well for now. We'll see what the long term brings us. So anyways, I'm going to finish the other side, and then we'll move on to the header. I'm going to cut that down. We're going to paint it, spray paint it, and then we've got some cool little design ideas for you to make it fun. All right, so we have the plate all painted, ready to go, and then we're just gonna have some fun with some stencils and whatever else to decorate that. So we've got a combination of stencils and some lettering. Beckett's gonna paint these as whatever color he wants, and then we're gonna attach those to the actual plate. And like I said, just have a little bit of fun with it, be creative, and have fun. So. right, so while we let the lettering dry that we just painted, we are going to attach a couple coaster wheels on the bottom. This will allow Beckett, when he's transporting this, he can pick up one side and just kind of push it around how he needs. It also has locking wheels on it. That's up to you if you want that or not, but I guess better to be safer than sorry, or to have it than not to have it. So we're just going to attach 2 of these on one side, and just sinking in like a wood screw is not going to help on this in this situation. So you want to kind of get some maybe some machine screw bolts and machine screws and some bolts, and attach it that way and make sure it's really secure. You also need some washers with that as well. So enjoy. All right, everybody. Hey, we are finished with this little project. I appreciate you tuning in. If you have any questions or comments on this, please post below. Otherwise, B, do you have anything to say?
Come visit me at my new lemonade stand.
All right.